In 1987, Tennessee reached the summit of women's basketball, winning the NCAA title. This year, the Lady Vols are looking for a repeat performance. Led by head coach Pat Headsummit and senior All-America Bridget Gordon, the Lady Vols are ranked #1 in the country and one victory away from a 4th straight trip to the Final Four. The challenge for Tennessee comes from high-flying Long Beach State. The 49ers, averaging almost 90 points per game, are led by the explosive backcourt tandem of Penny Toller and Tracy Waits. The road to Tacoma continues today. It's Tennessee versus Long Beach State. And we welcome you to Diddle Arena on the campus of Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green, Kentucky, today in the East Regional Final as the Lady Vols, ranked #1 in the nation, take on the 49ers, the 7th-ranked team in the country from Long Beach State. This is how these two teams got to the final. Tennessee with an easy victory over Virginia. Long Beach State a much tougher time with Ohio State. Hi, everybody. Along with Mimi Griffin, I'm Roger Twybo. We have two teams that are very different indeed. Tennessee likes to pound it inside, and on the other hand, Long Beach State, very adept from the outside, Mimi.
That's right, Roger. The other difference is in their transition game. Although Tennessee likes to run, nobody runs like Long Beach, and Tennessee will have to find some way to stop Long Beach transition game this afternoon.
When you talk to the basketball experts, they'll tell you that Long Beach State has the best backcourt tandem in college ball.
Their strength is definitely their backcourt, and leading their backcourt is #4, Penny Toller. She's their All-American. She's scoring 20 points a game, and she is an explosive player. She's going to set the tempo and force the action. Her counterpart in the backcourt is #3, Tracy Waits. She's also an explosive player, but they look to Tracy to maintain control, to be the calming influence on the floor.
As much as Long Beach loves it from the outside, Tennessee absolutely loves it on the inside because they got a player you can really love, Bridget Gordon, averaging nearly 20 a game.
Bridget Gordon is Tennessee's All-American, and she's the mainstay of this Tennessee team. But one of the main keys for Tennessee this afternoon is going to be taking care of the basketball. And that starts with your point guard, #11, Dina Head. She's only a freshman and has really matured over the season, and she's going to experience a lot of pressure this afternoon.
And that freshman was thrust into that role, out of position for her, because Tanya Edwards, their starting point guard, went down with a knee injury around the first of the year. So upcoming from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the East Regional Final. It'll be top-ranked Tennessee against 7th-ranked Long Beach State. Let's go back to our studios and Chris Fowler.
Okay, thanks very much, Roger and Mimi. Tennessee trying to become the first team ever to go to the women's Final Four 4 consecutive years. And we'll go back to Bowling Green in just a minute. It's the start of a huge day of women's college basketball here on ESPN. You can see all 4 regional champions crowned right here today. At 6 o'clock Eastern Time, the Mid-East Regional Championship, Mississippi and Auburn. That followed by the Midwest Regional, Stanford and Louisiana Tech. And then at 10 o'clock, the West Regional, Texas and Maryland. I'll see you at halftime with a preview of the Mississippi-Auburn game.
I suppose you were expecting someone else.
It's a big new game at McDonald's with over 70 million prizes. Enough for 1 out of 3 people to win. Delicious food prizes, a holiday and escape, $1 million. Get your game piece, win instantly, or collect letters to win.
Thinning hair. It's a problem most of us will face. But now Revlon has the solution. New Nutrisome supplement. Nutrisome is scientifically proven to make your hair thicker and healthier looking. BASF videotape. No matter how many times you play it, we'll play it again. Even after 500 plays, the original brilliance always comes through on BASF.
ESPN's NCAA Basketball, the Women's East Regional Championship game, is brought to you by the new Sterling 827, Race Under Pressure. By Nike, who reminds you to just do it. And by Bud Light, everything else is just a light.
Time now for the starting lineups in the East Regional Final. Let's go to PA announcer Chris Jacobson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to EA Diddle Arena for the 1989 NCAA Women's East Regional Basketball Tournament. Today's East Regional Championship game features the Long Beach State 49ers and the Tennessee Lady Volunteers. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for today's game. For Long Beach State, starting at 1 forward, a 5'11 senior from Los Angeles, California, number 12, Shamil Coleman. For Tennessee, starting at 1 forward, a 6-foot senior from DeLand, Florida, number 30, Bridget Gordon. For Long Beach State, at forward, a 6'1 senior from Evansville, Indiana, number 42, Cheryl Dowell. For Tennessee at forward, a 6'3 sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, number 24, Carla McGee. For Long Beach State, at center, a 6'4 junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 40, Angelique Lee. At Tennessee, at center, a 6'4 senior from Pulaski, Tennessee, number 12, Sheila Frost. For Long Beach State, at 1 guard, a 5'8 senior from Conyers, Georgia, number 3, Tracy Waits. For Tennessee at 1 guard, a 5'10 freshman from Canton, Michigan, number 11, Dina Head. For Long Beach State at guard, a 5'8 senior from Washington, D.C., number 4, Penny Toller. And for Tennessee at guard, a 5'10 senior from Morristown, Tennessee, number 35, Melissa McCray. The 49ers are coached by head coach Joan Bonvicini and the Lady Volunteers by Pat Head Summit.
So you've met the starting lineups and the head coaches. The East Regional Final with the top-ranked team in the nation, the Tennessee Lady Vols, upcoming from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
What's it like pitching in the series?
Like climbing a mountain, like going to battle. No matter how many games you win, how many awards you get, you never do it alone. It takes teamwork. All the guys giving their best. That's what makes the Sporting News a winner, too. Teamwork. 40 top baseball writers covering every team in every city every week.
The pros know the Sporting News delivers great news updates, full team-by-team reports, and thousands of stats.
More stats and inside stuff than any other sports weekly. So get the Sporting News for the best baseball coverage, plus weekly coverage of football, basketball, and hockey. Find out for yourself why over 725,000 sports fans get the Sporting News Weekly and get smart for themselves.
Call 1-800-848-2200. Get 56 issues of the Sporting News for 4 payments of just $9.66. This is the best price you'll get anyplace. You'll save 69% off the cover price, 40% off the regular subscription rate. Call now 1-800-848-2200.
We're at Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky, on the campus of Western Kentucky University. Previous meeting this year between these two teams, and remember, this was very early in the year. Tennessee with a win over Long Beach State. Look at the free throw line, Mimi, 53-13.
That is the statistic that really jumps out at you, and you have to remember that that was played on Tennessee's home floor.
And Tanya Edwards not playing today. Of course, she injured the knee, and that could be an area for Tennessee where they are susceptible against this very quick Long Beach team. And the tip, not a pretty one, but Long Beach State controls it. And that's Tracy Waits, number 3.
Tennessee jumps out in a traditional man-to-man defense.
Watch for Penny Toller, number 4. Probably the most exciting small player in women's ball is inside. That's Cheryl Dow with the first hoop.
That was a great pass inside. Something you don't expect from Long Beach right off the tap is for them to score from the inside.
Cross the turnaround shot and right away, and that's what Tennessee likes to do.
And I think Sheila Frost, number 12, is going to be a big key for Tennessee in this game tonight.
We're just underway. We're tied at 2. Penny Toller will kick it off in the corner. Waits and Toller, most exciting backcourt combo in college basketball. As once again, down low, the shot won't go. Long Beach State Shamil Coleman with the miss, and Tennessee will have it. There's a look at Joan Bonfacini. What a great career she's had at head coach at Long Beach State. She has won over 80% of her games.
And has been in the Final Four the last 2 years in a row.
Once again, Tennessee, they just like to pound it down inside. They don't take many three-point shots at all, do they?
No, as a matter of fact, the perimeter shooting is not one of their strengths. They do like to pound it into the block.
Bridget Gordon kicks it back out on top, and traveling is going to be the call.
Long Beach is doing a nice job right now, really packing it in and giving them the outside shot and not letting them get the block.
Long Beach State, how good have they been lately? They're riding a school record 23-game winning streak for Joan Bonfacini.
As Joan likes to point out, they haven't lost a game in 1989.
Man-to-man defense, or woman-to-woman defense, we should say. Shot from outside. Angie Lee has it, but it's going to be tied up. Possession arrow points at Long Beach State.
In their first meeting, Long Beach lost the battle of the boards, and that's one of the areas of concentration that they worked on in practice yesterday.
53-45 was the rebounding number in that first game. Not that wide a margin as Tennessee gets the ball. The arrow pointing toward the Volunteers. In the win against Virginia the other night, Tennessee out-rebounded them as a foul down low. Tennessee out-rebounded Virginia by a margin of nearly 30.
Tennessee also outdistanced them in height in every position, Roger. It really was a mismatch in every position in height, which obviously gives them a rebounding advantage.
And, of course, Pat Head Summit, the very successful coach at the University of Tennessee, they've won 14 games in a row and looking to make it to the Final Four for the 4th straight year. Bridget Gordon, 66% free throw shooter. This is going to be a problem for Tennessee. They are not a good free throw shooting team. 64% on the year as a team.
That is something that has plagued them all season. And in a couple of the games that they lost, Auburn in particular, their free throw shooting, I believe, was instrumental in that loss. If they had made their free throws or even a wider percentage of them, they would have won that game.
Waits quickly down floor. She loses control. And she's supposed to be the player that's under control for Long Beach.
She's so intense, Roger. It'll probably take her a little bit of time to get her legs in this game this afternoon.
3-2. Taking a look at number 11, Dina Head, and a lot of pressure on this freshman who moved into the starting role at the middle of the year.
And as I mentioned in the opening, she really has matured in that position. She's done a very nice job. She's not a true point guard, has never really played that position, but has taken over the responsibility very well.
Long Beach, tough half-court defense, and Tennessee will retain possession. You're not going to see Tennessee do much else than move it into that half-court offense and just really try to get the shot outside. As you mentioned, Mimi, very reluctant to take the outside shot, but they're willing to run. They're willing to pick up the tempo with Long Beach.
Absolutely, Roger, and they have run all season, but with Long Beach, nice shot there by Bridget Gordon, but with Long Beach, you don't run with them. You want to run selectively on them.
The steal by Frost after the basket by Gordon. 5-2, Tennessee with the lead, and this game being played in Bowling Green, Kentucky, might as well be in Knoxville because a big Tennessee contingent here as the rebound by Angie Lee, and quickly they get it to Toller. 2-on-2 right now. Pull-up pop from outside. Toller misses, and Frost the rebound. And we've got to watch Toller. If she does not get off to a good start, she sometimes tries to force the offense. The strip outside by Waits, and the foul's going to be on Frost, so a good defensive play by Long Beach.
Long Beach is really having a hard time getting into the rhythm of their game. They like to run on everything, a made basket, a missed basket, a rebound. a steal, any opportunity they're going to run. And Tennessee is doing a nice job so far in their transition defense of getting down to stop that quick basket by Long Beach.
So we've played here well over 3 minutes, and Long Beach with just the one basket so far.
It's a very interesting matchup outside, Roger, with Bridget Gordon covering Penny Toller. 2 All-Americas going at it on the perimeter.
Tennessee is one of the very best defensive teams in the country as that ball's kicked out of bounds. But in the meeting earlier this year, Long Beach scored as many points on Tennessee as any other team has this year. And in contrast, Long Beach held them to 40% shooting from the floor.
It's hard to stop a Long Beach team because of the strength of their 2 guards.
Cheryl Dow hits the outside shot.
It's hard to stop them from running is what I meant, because their guards are so explosive and both of them are equally talented.
Cheryl Dow, averaging just 9 points, has both baskets so far for Long Beach. And it's a 1-point Tennessee lead. Pull up inside, it won't go for Carla McGee, and here comes Penny Toller. 3-on-2 now on the break. She pulls up outside, misses that one. Now she neglected the break again. She had 2 people on the side and decided to take the outside shot.
This is what happened in the Ohio State game as well, and I think that Penny has to look for her teammates early on to become comfortable in her own game.
Outside shot and good for Dina Head, the freshman from Canton, Michigan. And quickly to the other end, Coleman and in. Shamil Coleman.
Certainly a good sign for Long Beach at this point is that their points are coming from their inside people. Their guards haven't exploded as yet, and yet they're staying in it because their inside people are playing heads up.
Interesting to note, Tennessee's only 2 losses this year have come away from home in orange jerseys. You notice they have the white jerseys on in this game.
The very lucky jerseys.
And they've played a game here at Diddle Arena.
Roger, look how much room they're giving the people on the perimeter. They're giving them all kinds of daylight to take that shot.
Baseline pull-up shot won't go by Melissa McCrae, and quickly here comes Long Beach. They've got it 3-on-2 again with Waits in the middle. She pulls up at the foul line, in and out, won't go, and cross the rebound.
You don't even get 3 seconds off that shot clock before Long Beach puts the ball up.
Well, they are the counterpart of Loyola Marymount.
That's right.
I was going to mention that Tennessee played Western Kentucky here earlier this year as the foul from behind. Long Beach State's Angie Lee commits her first, and Tennessee was victorious over Western Kentucky earlier this year. And then, of course, an easy time with Virginia. As checking into the game right now for Tennessee is Deidre Charles, a 6'3" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan.
That last play where they were able to draw the foul, you have to credit Dina Head with the penetration dribble and the fake shot. She goes up in the air and then is able to dump it off to Sheila Frost underneath. Very nice move.
Sheila's a 66% free throw shooter. I just can't get over that. They shot 53 free throws in Long Beach, but 13. That game was in Knoxville, right?
Absolutely. They had 39 personal fouls called against Long Beach, as opposed to 13 for Tennessee.
So Sheila with one of the 2. She's got 3 points, and Tennessee has the lead.
I suppose you were expecting someone else.
Say, where'd you learn to dunk? In finishing school?
Oh, now don't you start telling me I shouldn't dunk.
Of course you shouldn't. You don't know how to do it. Dunking's an art. It's all a matter of timing. I'll write a book about it.
Thanks, Professor.
The future cable home of Major League Baseball presents the legendary and not so legendary stars of the past. Relive the great moments of the Equitable Old Timer Series, Thursday night on ESPN.
Mimi, Tennessee will move it up court and look immediately inside.
We talked about Dina Head taking care of the ball, and she's done a nice job so far, both with hitting from the outside. And on this play, you can see she sets up her inside players with the penetration move, draws the defense up, and then is able to find Sheila Frost underneath. Sheila has got to start converting on those shots, so in order for Tennessee to be successful, she's going to be a big key to this game.
We talked about rebounding at the top, too. Tennessee out-rebounding Long Beach 6-3, but that has been the big story this year for Tennessee as far as rebounding goes, out-rebounding their opponents by nearly 10 a game. On the other hand, Long Beach just getting about half a rebound more, as you see Tanya Edwards there.
Actually, those were some of the assistant coaches, Lisa Webb in the magenta and Dawn Marsh.
Tanya sitting to the left of them there. We'll get a shot here later. On field goals, you can see Long Beach 38%, Tennessee 43%. As Toller throws it away, but the foul is going to be called on number 32, Deidre Charles, and we said we'd bring her to you, and there she is.
And there's Tanya Edwards. What a tremendous player she is. It's unfortunate she had a very serious knee injury in the Texas game, but she will be back strong next year.
I get the feeling, too, Mimi, that I don't want to say there's bad blood, but I think the Tennessee players say the Long Beach players like to talk a pretty good game.
I'll tell you what, I think they both like to talk a pretty good game, Roger. I think this is going to be a very physical game by the end.
Coleman on the baseline and looking inside to Angie Lee. Trying to throw cross court, she does. Waits, sets, shoots, in and out, and that's two she's had in the cylinder to come out. Now, Tennessee's got the break, but thrown away as Waits with her great speed comes from behind, and at the other end, Coleman the fake it in.
And that's the transition game that Long Beach likes to run. They had more people involved that time, and that's going to be the key for them to become comfortable in their game.
Shamil Coleman ties it at 8 with just over 14 minutes to go. First half from Bowling Green, Kentucky. We'll have the other 3 regional finals upcoming this evening here on ESPN, but giving you a little early afternoon action here.
And here's the transition game by Long Beach. And here's Tracy, as we mentioned, keying that fast break with the long pass underneath to Shamil Coleman. One thing that this Long Beach team does very well is fill the lanes for each other.
Dina Head, number 11, guarded by Waits. And that's a three-point shot and a rare one for Tennessee. And the foul over the top. They're going to call it on Shamil Coleman. But how rare a three-point shot. They've only taken 26 in the regular season.
And the only reason they did that one, Roger, is there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Long Beach is doing a very nice job defensively of allowing the perimeter, but not allowing the inside pass.
And that's the second foul on Shamil Coleman.
It's Coach Pat Summit watching the action.
Waits scoops in and out, so there have been 3 or 4 very good opportunities for Long Beach. They've had the ball there. It seems to be a lid on the basket for Long Beach State.
But with any transition team, they're so explosive that they score in spurts, and I don't doubt that both Tracy Waits and Penny Toller will get back on track.
McCray taking it one-on-one inside and count it. Melissa McCray, the senior from Morristown, Tennessee, averaging just over 6 points a game, is able to draw the foul, and that's going to be on Cheryl Dow. That is her first. And checking in for Tennessee right now is Debbie Scott, a 6'1" freshman from Gallatin, Tennessee. And Dina Head will sit down. So that was just plain one-on-one basketball right there by McCray.
And Melissa McCray is really the unsung hero of this team. She does a lot of the intangibles that don't show up in the stats, but are very valuable to this team.
And she is one of their better free throw shooters at 70% since she completes that three-point play. And the steal at the other end and up and in by Bridget Gordon. Now full court pressure, and Waits is saying move down court. Moore has checked in for Long Beach. She takes it in the lane, won't go.
Long Beach is very tentative in their transition game. You can see that most of their shots are coming short, and that's because they're tentative right now.
Tennessee has run off 5 unanswered points after it was tied at 8 with 12:34 to go. They lead at 13-8. The freshman outside misses. That was Debbie Scott. And the rebound on Angie Lee, or excuse me, the foul as she went up for the rebound. And that's the second on Angie Lee.
We talked about Tennessee being a great defensive team, and look at the anticipation that Bridget Gordon shows here. They also do like to run. Bridget Gordon's not going to wait for anybody as she takes the ball right into the basket.
A couple of substitutes now for Long Beach. 11, Dana Wilkerson, a 5'6" sophomore from Anderson, Indiana, has checked into the game. And also coming in is 23, Janet Hanneberg, a 6'3" freshman from Cincinnati, who against Ohio State had 7 rebounds in 20 minutes, was the Ohio Player of the Year last year. And Joan Bonvicini thinks that she has a great future ahead of her. She's guarding Frost, but Frost with a great pass on the baseline to Bridget Gordon.
That was just great sight by Sheila Frost. She saw the cutter on the baseline. Rather than take a shot, gave the ball up. 7-0
run as Toller takes it inside. Maybe that's what she's got to do.
Absolutely. We talked about her forcing the action, and that was an example.
So after a 7-0 run, Toller with the hoop inside. And Tennessee out rebounding Long Beach 11-4.
Long Beach throwing some half-court pressure.
They try to kick it inside. It's tipped out of bounds by Long Beach.
Watch Sheila Frost here. She makes a nice move on Hanneberg in there and sees the cutter out of the corner of her eye. Instead, she had every intention of taking that shot, but opted for the pass instead. Very wise play.
McGee inside, and she is getting the shots there. Or, excuse me, Deidre Charles. So Charles with her first basket. Toller at the other end won't go. Dow the offensive rebound, and they'll bring it outside. Wilkerson, the left-hand scoop it in. (17-12), and the pace has picked up considerably here, Mimi.
And it's to Tennessee's benefit. Obviously, the momentum is in their court all the way.
Hanneberg got caught out front trying to guard number 35, Melissa McCray, and she picks up the foul. And that is 5 team fouls now on Long Beach, just 2 on Tennessee with 11:15 to go. And Joan Bonvicini, who has won 83% of her games in 10 years. And they've got an interesting stat. When they score over 80 points, they're almost unbeatable. Tell you more about that in a moment. As Frost with the line drive shot misses everything. I think Hanneberg really affected that shot.
As good as the pass was the last play, that shot was really not a good shot for Tennessee. Sheila Frost does not normally take that kind of a shot.
Long Beach State is 207-8 when they've scored at least 80 points in a game. That's a 96% winning percentage. Wilkerson with the left hand won't go, and Frost comes away with it. Conversely, they're 20-26 when they score 70 points or less.
And that's because of their transition game. The more possessions, the more you're going to score.
Outside shot that is just a 2 and won't go for Bridget Gordon. And the whistle and the foul. It's like it's going to be against Toller, and it is. So Penny Toller. So the fouls are going the way they went in the first meeting between these two teams, decidedly in the favor of Tennessee.
And there is great frustration on Long Beach's faces right now. They are really letting the physicalness of this game get to them, and they can't. They've got to play their game and get into the open court more.
Toller sits down for a moment. We mentioned Penny Moore, 6'1" sophomore from Falls Church, Virginia, is in as Melissa McCray checks out. And Dina Head comes back in the game. Debbie Scott at the line now. Scott, a 54% free throw shooter. I'll tell you, you're in a lot of trouble if Tennessee starts hitting their free throws.
Debbie Scott has been such a great surprise for Coach Summit this year as well. She's only a freshman. She's 6 foot and has taken up the backup point guard duties when Tanya Edwards went out. She's deceptively quick for her size.
19-12. So Tennessee on an 11-4 run here in the last 3.5 minutes, as Waits, who played at the University of Georgia and was in a Final Four with the Bulldogs before transferring to Long Beach, she goes inside to Moore. Nice pass by the senior.
Good look inside, and Long Beach is forced to play their half-court game, and there it was successful for them.
Waits has yet to score a point. She's averaging over 16 a game on the season. 19-14, wide open is Scott, and she hits it.
And one thing Debbie Scott can do is shoot the ball. They cannot leave her open at all.
21-14, the Lady Vols, top ranked in the country. Inside they go to Dow, And Dell thought they were calling a foul on her. And the foul's going to be called on Bridget Gordon. Oh, excuse me, they did call it on Dell.
It is on. There is an incredible amount of pushing and holding going on underneath, Roger, and there Cheryl Dow got caught.
Well, Dow thought she was called for a foul, and then she didn't think she was called, but the reality of the situation is she's picked up her second. And now with 9:32 to go in the first half, Tennessee's going to stroll to the line as Angie Lee will check back into the game. And really a decided difference here so far as Tennessee has just committed 2 fouls. So Deidre Charles at the line, a 54% free throw shooter. But right there is Gordon to put it up and in, and just a poor job of blocking out. And Gordon has 9 quick points as Waits forces up a shot from outside. And no call there, a lot of reaching in. 23-14. You can see Long Beach losing their composure right now.
And you have to credit Tennessee's transition defense. They are down on every possession and stopping Long Beach from getting that quick bucket.
Inside, basket won't go, and Hanneberg pulls down the rebound as Carla McGee missed that shot. Here comes Wilkerson. And traveling's going to be called as Penny Toller will check back in. A timeout on the floor with 8:51 to go, first half, and the Lady Vols with a 9-point lead.
A few years ago, I started a small company that makes small shoes. This is where we do our field research. Me and my assistant, Max. Once, coming here was the only real way to listen to our customers. But then, I found a better way with the AT&T 800 number. It makes it easier for our customers to call me.
Call 1-800-962-9011 for AT&T's telecommunications ideas to grow on. Learn how to reach new customers in new markets with AT&T long-distance services, how to use telemarketing to improve customer service, and make advertising pay off.
When an ad runs with our 800 number on it, thousands of people call.
Call 1-800-962-9011 for big ideas for your small business, free with AT&T's telecommunications ideas to grow on.
Actually, I'm even thinking of putting the 800 number inside the shoes. Good idea?
AT&T, the right choice.
We talked about the transition defense of Tennessee, and here's a prime example. After this shot that Bridget Gordon puts up, it goes in. Now look at the Tennessee players hustle back on defense. This is why Long Beach has not been able to get the quick buckets, and it's also frustrated them. Look at Tracy Waits. She's totally off balance for that shot. Tracy Waits is an excellent perimeter shooter, but they're almost running for the sake of running right now, Roger, instead of getting the good basket, the basket that they're comfortable with.
Well, we're happy to be here in Bowling Green. We're just 65 miles north of Nashville, so there's a lot of Tennessee sentiment here. Rebounds Tennessee 15-7. You know, I was going to ask you, Tennessee with an easy win against Virginia, and Long Beach had a tough time against Ohio State. I was going to say, does that make a difference? But if you look at what Tennessee's done on the year, their 31 victories, only 4 have been decided by 10 points or less, so they're used to blowouts, aren't they?
They definitely are, and I thought it might have an effect in a semifinal game because they didn't have their starting 5 in for any long period of time. But obviously, it's not having any effect on them today.
Tennessee nearly lost it, but able to maintain possession there right now. Ahead with the shot outside and hits it. So the freshman with a couple of buckets, and it's the biggest lead for the Lady Vols at 25-14. And the foul inside, that one's going to go against Tennessee. Foul was on 24, Carla McGee. Coming up, Auburn versus Mississippi at 6 Eastern. Louisiana Tech against Stanford at 8. And then Maryland against Texas at 10. The winner of those games, of course, advancing to the Final Four in Tacoma, Washington.
We've got some great regional matchups coming up after today's game, Roger.
Do you have a pick, Mimi?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I know Jody Conrad's not going to like me saying this, but I really like Texas.
And I like Louisiana Tech.
Leon Barmore, in my opinion, ought to be Coach of the Year this year with the job that he's done at Louisiana Tech. He really has done an excellent job coaching that team.
And another foul outside. I believe that was on Carla McGee also. And that's her second, so she picks up a couple of quick fouls. And a couple more substitutions back in the game for Long Beach State.
One of the things that's important to point out is Pat Summitt said yesterday there is no safe lead against Long Beach. They're such an explosive team, and they were trailing by as much as 12 during most of the game against Ohio State on
And over the
Thursday.
top is Angie Lee. Well, I'll tell you what Tennessee is. Lee picks up now her third foul, and that comes with 8:02. That time Toller got the penetration. She dumped it inside, but Tennessee does such a great job of then falling back and getting help. And the missed shot, it was really forced up, and the foul over the top.
And here you can see Penny getting the penetration, as you mentioned, Roger. But the Tennessee defense is so tough. Look at the help. You've got 3 players all around the shot right there.
Bridget Gordon at the foul line misses that one. But taken away at the other end, it misses again, so Gordon got it back, and they'll kick it out to Coleman. From the side is Toller, and she hits it. So Penny Toller, averaging 21 points, 3 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists a game, has just 4 points. And it's 25-16. Lost on the side over there as Deidre Charles not able to get a handle on it, as 43 Lisa Reslock is checked in.
And this is what you traditionally see from Long Beach. You see the fast break, the long lead pass, and Penny Toller taking the perimeter shot. With their fast break, Roger, they don't necessarily look for layups. They'll take the 25-footers as easy as they'll take the layup.
There's the shooting so far. Long Beach 38%, Tennessee 48%. Long Beach just shoots 46% on the season, but Tennessee at 51%. Lisa Reslock puts it up and is able to draw the foul. And that's going to be on Sheila Frost, and that will be the second on Frost. And Pat Summitt wanting a timeout, very upset over on the side. With 7:26 to go on the half, her Lady Vols lead it 25-16.
Oh, Harold, it's lovely.
I hope you like it.
You know, it reminds me of when we first got electric light back when I was a child.
Oh.
Daddy used to draw his chair up to that light and read to us. Oh, and memories. But Harold, this is the 80s. And I wanted a Bud Light.
If you want the one light that outshines them all, ask for Bud Light.
Kill the light, will you, Harold?
Oh, because everything else is just a light.
I suppose you were expecting someone else.
ESPN opens the door on college basketball, slam-jammed with color and excitement. See a parade of outstanding players in a sparkling display of a great college basketball tradition. The National Invitation Tournament comes to ESPN. Madison Square Garden plays host to semifinal action Monday and the NIT Championship game on Wednesday. The color and excitement of the National Invitation Tournament, Monday and Wednesday, live on ESPN.
I guess your chances of getting on TV, Mimi, are a lot greater if you paint your face before you come to a game.
Fortunately, I didn't have to do that to get on TV, Raj.
What a great tradition for Tennessee in the championship. You notice AIAW and then the NCAA.
And the AIW stands for Association of Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, which was the governing body for women's athletics before the NCAA took over in '82.
And once again, you see champions in '87, the semi in '88, semis in '86, semis in '82.
The key here is that they've been to the Final Four 9 times in 12 years.
Lisa Reslock, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon, made 1 of 2. And up front, Tennessee outscoring Long Beach 18-8. And they hold an 8-point lead right now.
Long Beach in their man-to-man defense once again. 6 seconds on the shot
There's a
clock.
steal by Toller. She's got to beat Frost. She goes to the reverse side and misses the layup. Lisa Reslock got it back momentarily, and Long Beach State will maintain possession. Now, Toller obviously thinking about Sheila Frost down there at 6'4", but just didn't finish the play off when she beat her.
It's just a lack of concentration on Penny's part right now. She doesn't really seem to be into this game to me right now, Roger. That's an easy shot for her. That reverse layup is not something that's unusual.
See the front court scoring there as they go inside. Coleman kicks it over Dow, and Cheryl Dow has been the main offensive force for Long Beach. She's got 6 points, and she's their leading scorer, and it's 25-19.
And the interesting thing is she didn't score any points in their last meeting in December.
Well, Tracy Waits has not scored so far today for Long Beach. That's Reslock out on Frost, and she's done a good job since she's come in the game. Toller nearly takes it away from McGee. 8 on the shot clock. Turnaround shot inside, and Reslock is going to foul Carla McGee. So Lisa Reslock picks up the foul.
Look at Bridget Gordon right here trying to get free. Look at the defense that Shamil Coleman is playing on her.
Well, we talked about the great tradition of Tennessee basketball as finally Reslock makes the foul. The Tennessee's going to be host to the 1990 Final Four. And they'll play at the Thompson Bowling Arena, which seats 25,000 on campus there.
And Tennessee holds the NCAA record for attendance in a regular season game with over 24,000 at a game last year, the Texas-Tennessee game.
McGee, just a 48% free throw shooter. Didn't look like it there. There was a great article in Sports Illustrated a couple weeks ago on free throw shooting. And the demons that some players have to deal with when they go to that line.
It is all mental. It is really all mental.
Well, McGee, at a 48% free throw shooter, hits them both.
I think it's also interesting that Carla McGee took her goggles off to shoot those free throws.
Oh, a bad pass there by Toller. She was in traffic and just gave it up. 27-19 with 6:05 to go first half. Waits with the steal. And the ball belongs to Tennessee. Toller sometimes tries to do too much.
We talked about her forcing the action. Well, right now, as I mentioned, she's almost running for running's sake. They should recognize that Tennessee's defense is playing great transition and get in their half-court game a little bit. Get comfortable in that.
Dina Head with a little shoulder inside, and count it.
That was such a great pass by Dina Head. Dina Head is playing an excellent under-control game for the Lady Vols right now.
Carla McGee with the hoop, the foul on Lisa Reslock.
Here you can see this play setting up with Dina Head. Once again, the penetration, and look at the way she's able to see the court. She draws the defense to her and is able to dish off underneath to Carla McGee. And credit Carla McGee. Look at the way she cheats towards the basket once she knows her defense is cheating up towards Dina Head.
So McGee trying to complete the three-point play. She's got 4 points. And make it 5. That is right on her season average. And it's 30-19. That's the biggest lead. 11 points for the Lady Vols of Tennessee, top-ranked in the nation against 7th-ranked Long Beach.
Joan Bomassini mentioned yesterday that sometimes it's not your star players that win the big games for you, and this is what's shaping up this afternoon. For Tennessee, Bridget Gordon, although she's playing well, is not really the story.
Toller takes the outside shot. I want to tell you, 35, Melissa McRae has done a great job on Tracy Waits so far today. Inside, and they kick it back out, and the whistle, the foul's going to be on Shamil Coleman.
We talked earlier about the intangibles that Melissa McRae, number 35, adds to the Tennessee team. The job that she's doing on Tracy Waits right now. Tracy Waits is their second leading scorer, hasn't scored at all. She's a defensive specialist, and for the Tennessee team, that's the highest compliment you can give with the emphasis that Pat Summitt puts on defense.
Shamil Coleman with 3 fouls. Angie Lee with 3 fouls now for Long Beach State. Deidre Charles at the line and hits the first one. For a team not supposed to be a very good free throw shooting team, Tennessee has shown quite well today. Charles just a 54% free throw shooter. But I think you take those numbers playoff competition, you throw them out because the concentration level steps up.
Plus, Roger, Pat Summitt just has a knack for getting her team ready for postseason play. When they won the championship game 2 years ago, they had more losses than the other Final Four teams combined, and yet they won that championship because Pat Summitt just prepares them so well.
32-19, the biggest lead for the Lady Vols right now at 13 points. Dow will take it from the side and hits it. So Cheryl Dow, averaging just 9 points a game, has 8. And she's got 8 of the 21 for Long Beach State. Dina Head will force that thing up and got it.
I'll tell you what, it's not exactly the shot you call for, but Dina Head is on fire this afternoon.
Waits on the side and hits it. Good move by Tracy Waits. I'm almost inclined to think that, and of course, Waits, and as a foul in the backcourt is going to be on Waits, and that's her first.
Watch Dina Head once again. We keep isolating on her because that's what the action is, that Dina Head is creating a lot of this stuff for herself, and right here, again with the penetration, and that's why a lot of times when she takes that shot going up in the air, that's why they have to start playing her honest, and then all of a sudden she's going to get the dump pass inside again. So when she hits from the perimeter, it opens up the people inside for her.
Dina averaging 6 points and 3 assists a game. That's her season average. Also 3 rebounds, taking the place of Tanya Edwards, and misses the free throw there, but the taller Tennessee team with it. Bridget Gordon hasn't been wrestling, comes down with it. The numbers now for Long Beach is Waits one-on-one on the side and just threw it to nobody. I was going to mention earlier, Mimi, I'm inclined to think that Long Beach against this level of competition might be a better team with either Toller or Waits. But both at the same time, I don't know if you've got enough basketballs for them.
I think both Tracy and Penny right now are forcing things too much, as you mentioned, Roger.
34-23, a very frustrated Joan Von Vicini. Her team trails it by 11 with 4:09 to go in the first half. Her team really reflects her personality and their style of play. I mean, she's just, you know, going 100 miles a minute all the time. And
very loose, very free and easy, and as you mentioned, 100 miles an hour. The thing about this Long Beach team and any transition team that banks on their transition game so much is you can either get blown out, or they can either be blown out, or they can beat people.
Toller inside and hits it. Now she seems to be more effective when she's got to be creative, when she's doing something like a pump fake or whatever.
And also when she's on the wing rather than handling the ball at the point position, she's much more effective.
Penny Toller with 6 points, 34-25, and with 3:40 to go, Long Beach maybe can knock that down to about a 5-point margin by halftime. That would fare well for them. Loose ball, Wilkerson comes up with it. Toller ahead of the field, and this time she missed another one. And another miss. So Long Beach has had several golden opportunities, and Toller commits a stupid foul. Really no excuse for that one at all. And that is her second foul.
Look at the move that she put on last time down, which is exactly what she needs to do. Control, under control, the good shot. And then this most recent, she goes up for a layup. Clearly a lack of concentration on Penny's part right now. That is not a shot that she misses, or anybody should miss.
Then Penny Toller had it right there, wasn't able to put it in, so now you could have a 4-point swing right here. That would have cut it down to 7. And at the line is Bridget Gordon.
Not only the point situation, Roger, but then Penny picks up a dumb foul, which certainly is not going to help them later on when she has to be in the game.
Wilkerson, the leaner, in and out. Well, I'll tell you what, there have been at least 5 shots that Long Beach seemingly has had in the cylinder that have bounced out. And with 3:07, clock running down now, closing minutes of the first half, Tennessee loses out of bounds. It seems like the transition game, even though Long Beach, Mimi, is not finishing off, it's causing some problems for Tennessee right now.
And this is what happened with Ohio State. Ohio State played an excellent, excellent game for 36 minutes, and they lost the game in the last 4 minutes.
That's what Joan was telling me before the game. She feels they've got a real advantage. They can wear teams down in the second half. As Debbie Scott checks back in for the Lady Vols. Steal by Scott. She runs in. The foul's going to be on Toller.
Oh, that is a big, big foul for this Long Beach team.
That is the third foul on Toller. Coleman has 3, and Lee has 3.
I talked about the quickness, the deceptive quickness of Debbie Scott. She's 6 foot, playing the point guard position, and yet is able to get in there for the steal.
Problems there. Wilkerson picked up her dribble on the far side, had nowhere to go with it, and then tried to find somebody outside. That was an aggressive foul that time on Penny Toller's part, trying to get to the ball. And Scott will go to the line now with 4 points on the afternoon.
The interesting thing is that right now I would say Long Beach is playing terribly. They're not in their game. They haven't hit their stride, and yet they're 9 points behind, which for a transition team is not a big gap.
That's a good point, as Scott, now a 54% free throw shooter, has hit 3 out of 3 from the line.
Boy, she's got a bright future ahead of her at Tennessee. She really has come on strong for this team.
Reslock the rebound. It's a 10-point lead with 2:40 left to go. Long Beach shooting just 40%. And trying to go inside. Reslock gets it by accident. She's underneath. The pump and count it.
What a great reverse dribble. I don't even think she meant that one, but it sure worked out well.
Lisa Reslock off the bench, and not a big scorer this year by any stretch of the imagination, averaging just 2 points for Long Beach.
Watch as the play develops here. Lisa Reslock gets the ball on the baseline. Look at that. She is trying to avoid the steal. Gets the reverse dribble and goes in. Really a nice move. Whether it was meant to be or not, she did a nice job.
I think she just felt the pressure, and that's what you do. You just, when you feel it, you react and go the other way. Look at this. Long Beach has been to the line just twice. Tennessee 18 times. Very reminiscent of the first meeting this year.
And Long Beach this time doesn't have the excuse of playing on Tennessee's home floor, certainly.
So Reslock completes the three-point play, and she's been effective coming off the bench with 4 points and 4 rebounds, 35-28. Head with the leaner, won't go that time. Dow the rebound, and here comes Tracy Waits with 2:20 to go.
I talked about this not being Tennessee's home court, and yet they've played here, I believe, 5 times and have won 4 out of those 5 times. So it's almost their home away from home, and certainly is very close to Tennessee.
Now Waits got in trouble. She picked her dribble up again. Nobody was on the side, and she threw it away. In a transition game, when you're one of the people to handle the ball, you can't pick your dribble up.
No, every possession certainly is important, and certainly the action, you have to keep it alive till you know what you're going to do with the ball.
Tipped away, and it's going to be Long Beach basketball. You know, it's interesting. You said that even though Long Beach hasn't shot the ball well, really hasn't played well, but what they have done is, I think they've disrupted Tennessee's tempo, because Tennessee has turned it over 4 of the last 5 times they've been down the floor.
One of the things when you play this Long Beach team is they don't adjust to you. You have to adjust to their transition game. Pat Summitt mentioned that they can affect 99% of their competition. This Long Beach team is that 1% that they have to adjust to.
Tennessee is really overplaying on the defense, and Long Beach might be able to get something backdoor or slip something down deep, like right there with Dow. Good pass from Lisa Reslock.
Lisa Reslock is really coming on for this team and doing a nice job. As you mentioned, when she first came in, doesn't really play that many minutes, and yet has come in, done a nice job this afternoon. And
Cheryl Dow has 10 points, and that's more than her season average. With just over a minute to go, Frost loses it, and the lead can be down to 2 here. Reslock puts it on the floor and doesn't get it to go, but Wilkerson puts it up and in.
I think that has to be the first time Lisa Reslock has led the fast break for Long Beach all year.
And an 11-1 run right now for Long Beach State. It's 35-32 with 42 seconds. 40 and 21 on the shot clock.
Roger, there are no safe leads against Long Beach State.
So it is down to 3. Scott leans in off the glass and hits it. Debbie Scott with 7 points. And they can take the last shot if they want. And see, Moore had no clue where the shot clock was or what the situation was there.
No, and that's a very good comment, Roger. They needed to use at least a little bit of time, especially when Tennessee forced them into the half court. Use some of that clock. Get the last shot and go in with a big momentum point into halftime.
So it's a 5-point game. And away from the ball, the foul's going to be on Tracy Waits, and that's her second. And in the second half, the foul situation is going to be big for Long Beach.
Very big.
So with 8 seconds to go, Bridget Gordon will go to the foul line. Long Beach had it down to 3 on that 11-1 run. And we mentioned with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds ago, if Long Beach could just get it down to 5 by halftime, they'd be in pretty good shape. Well, that's where it stands right now.
The other thing you noted earlier, Roger, was having Tracy and Penny Toller on the court at the same time. They've made this run with Penny Toller on the bench.
6-point lead. Tennessee has led by as many as 11, and Gordon hits them both. And quickly now, Waits will take it. A three-pointer hits! Tracy Waits with the three-pointer, the first of this game. And that gets it down to 4 at halftime. So all things considered for Long Beach, they're in pretty good shape.
And you know that Tracy Waits is going to take this shot. The Tennessee team, no one was guarding her one-on-one. Who else is going to take that last shot?
And what a boost for Long Beach State as they trail it 39-35 against the top-ranked team in the nation, the Lady Vols of Tennessee. Let's go back to our ESPN studios and Chris Fowler. Chris?
Okay, Roger, thanks very much. So the 49ers' late run in the first half here, they have cut the Tennessee lead to 4. Now, while the women are trying to make their way to Tacoma for the Final Four, the men's battle for Seattle, of course, continues. They're trying to get just about 45 minutes north up on Route 5 out there in Washington. Syracuse took a step closer last night by beating Missouri 83-80. 27 points for Sherman Douglas, and Billy Owens added 23. Syracuse, big run in the second half. Syracuse will face Illinois as the #2 seed takes on the #1 seed in the Midwest Regional. Illinois, of course, beating Louisville. Now, in the East Regional, Georgetown got a step closer to the Final Four by beating North Carolina State 69-61 as Dwayne Bryant, Jaron Jackson taking up the slack as Charles Smith far below par, suffering from that fever last night. And the Hoyles move on and take on Duke as the East Region bracket also going according to form, #1 against #2. Duke beating Minnesota easily last night. We'll continue on halftime here from the East Regional Women's Basketball Championship. Right now, before we go to break, let's show you the final women's top 20 poll. The top 7 teams you'll see in this poll, all in action today on ESPN.
Here's the leader in compact trucks, Ford Ranger, with important advantages that Chevy and Toyota don't have.
Go with the leader.
You're in 4-wheel drive at the touch of a button. Only Ranger 4x4 gives you this advanced system, standard.
Go with the leader.
And Ranger beats Chevy S10 in standard horsepower and torque. It's today's best-selling compact truck.
Go with the leader. Ford trucks.
Get 4.9% financing or up to $750 cash bonus on 89 Rangers.
It goes with the guys that hang in the sky. It goes with the lows. It goes with the highs. It goes with the girls who live in the sun. It's part of the job and part of the fun. It's a piece of America. Share a little piece of America. Wrigley, it's a piece of America. Share a little piece of America.
I had so many great moments in basketball. I don't think there is one particular event that I enjoyed more, but I think a culmination of playing basketball, of being involved, of playing in the championship games, going to dental school, walking across dental school with that diploma. That probably was one of the greatest achievements in my life. And dental school was very, very competitive. There was a lot of adversity I had to deal with, just like in college when I played basketball. Your back is up against the wall, you have to deliver. And that's the same type of scenario that you're dealing with in everyday life. When my back was up against the wall in dental school, that competitiveness just came out in me. And I had to reach a little deeper. And it helped. It helped.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
ESPN's NCAA Basketball, the Women's East Regional Championship game. It's brought to you by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by Wrigley. Share a little piece of America.
We're at halftime of the Women's East Regional Championship game. Tennessee with a 4-point lead over the 49ers of Long Beach State. Of course, let's take a look at that Eastern bracket now. Tennessee got to this championship game by destroying Virginia in the semifinal. There you see Long Beach State over Ohio State. In the West Regional bracket, you'll see that game a little bit later on. Maryland got by Stephen F. Austin to get into the championship game. Texas beat UNLV on their home floor, that region being played in Austin. In the Midwest Regional, Louisiana Tech, the defending national champions, against Stanford. That's the #1 seed against the #2 seed. Stanford an easy winner over Iowa. And in the Mideast bracket, Auburn, ranked #2 in the country, against Mississippi, an all-Southeast Conference affair. These teams know each other very well. They met once earlier in the season, Auburn winning that game. Auburn's only loss in the season, they are 30-1, came to Tennessee in the Southeastern Conference Tournament. Joe Ciampi's team always plays that great defense, excellent rebounding team. Their only loss, as I said, to Tennessee. They and Tennessee really the two favorites to win the national championship this year. Now, Mississippi, the hard luck team in this tournament, they've gotten to the regionals 6 consecutive years, have never made it to the Final Four. 3 out of the last 4 years, they've had to go to their opponent's home floor to try to get into the Final Four. They know it's going to be tough today against Auburn. Auburn loaded with talent. They have all kinds of personnel, both inside and outside. A good 3-point game. Carolyn Jones, a sophomore guard, can shoot the 3. She's one of the excellent backcourt players for Auburn. You see her right here with the long-range bomb. And the Lady Tigers have a good inside game. The senior center is Vicki Orr. She averages 15 points a game with the power move inside. Lady Tigers also have a 6'6 junior in Linda Godby, and that's another weapon they can go to. What presses Mississippi coach Van Chancellor the most about Auburn?
Everything. Good talent, good inside play, good outside scoring, well coached, and just a very good basketball team.
Inside, they have some big strength with O'Neal and Autry, and they're two very aggressive ball players. Then on the outside, we'll try to neutralize Martin on the outside and Hartzick, and we'll try to take control of the game from the perimeter, because I think inside defensively they'll maintain a level of being neutral because of O'Neal and Autry and Orr and Godby inside, but we hope to take advantage of the perimeter people.
Mississippi upsetting North Carolina State. They came back in that region, started hitting some threes to beat the Lady Wolfpack. They're really the Cinderella team left in this field, if there is a Cinderella team, ranked #12 in the country. You'll see that game starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time right here on ESPN. That game followed by the Midwest Regional Championship, Stanford and Louisiana Tech from Ruston, Louisiana, the home court of the Lady Techsters. That game followed at 10 o'clock Eastern time, the West Regional Final, as Texas takes on Maryland. Maryland, the #1 seed, but they have to travel to Austin, the home court of the Lady Longhorns. That's going to be tough. That perhaps the most competitive matchup in these 4 regional finals. We'll continue from our ESPN College Basketball Studios right after this break. Tennessee leading Long Beach State by 4 at halftime in the Eastern Regional Finals.
Give your kids the competitive edge in their favorite sports with America's best selection of instructional sports videos, only from ESPN. Regularly $39.95, now just $29.95 each if you call 1-800-554-9000. Top coaches in basketball, football, baseball, soccer, and tennis teach your kids the basics and help them develop a lifelong love for the sports and a winning attitude. Now on video cassettes your kids can play again and again. Just $29.95 each and only from ESPN Home Video. Coaches like University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's Bob Gansler show your kids how to improve their game and add to their fun. This 75-minute video cassette teaches drills to improve the basics of the game, from ball control to dribbling, passing, and shooting. $29.95 never let you do so much for a kid. Call 1-800-554-9000 for Teaching Kids Soccer, or your free catalog of videos only from ESPN Home Video.
In a perfect world, money would grow on trees, so you'd buy any car you wanted. But this is the real world, where there are no free lunches and no free rides. A world where a Ford Festiva for only $59.62 could go a long way towards balancing your budget. And the 660 powertrain warranty helps protect your peace of mind. Ford Festiva, a real car for the real world.
Get 4.9% financing or up to $400 cash bonus on 89 Festiva.
For hanging in, for hanging tough, for holding on when the going's rough. For the smile that's part of you, that extra mile, for coming through this buzz for you.
Beechwood aged for the taste so crisp and clean, so refreshing. It's the king of beers.
This buzz for you.
The road to Tacoma, all 4 regional champions crowned today on ESPN in the East Regional Final. The consensus #1 team in the country, Tennessee, against a very pesky team from Long Beach State. The power game of the Lady Volunteers effective early in the first half, but the 49ers put on a run using that up-tempo game late in the first half. They're back to within 4. We go back to Roger Twibell and Mimi Griffin for the second half.
Thank you very much, Chris, and welcome back to Bowling Green, Kentucky. We're on the campus of Western Kentucky University. And at halftime, 39-35, the top-ranked Lady Vols of Tennessee with the lead. But, Mimi, it was over the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds where Long Beach State outscored Tennessee 14-5 to get themselves back into this game.
They got their transition game in gear, Roger, and we mentioned that with a transition team, no lead is a safe lead. They're so explosive, they can run off 10, 11, 12 points in a matter of a couple minutes.
And the only reason, really, that Tennessee has the lead is because they've been at the free throw line so many times. Reminiscent of the first game in one respect, that 20 times Tennessee has been to the line, Long Beach State just 3.
And look at that difference. To be able to score 13 points and a half off the line is really nice, a nice advantage for Tennessee.
And Tennessee just about their season average as far as free throw shooting. And rebounding, maybe not as big a factor for Tennessee as we thought it would be. 22-16 there. They usually out-rebound opponents by about 10 a game.
But they have done a nice job getting the key rebounds. With an example here, Bridget Gordon getting an offensive rebound and a putback immediately. There are good rebounds and there are inconsequential rebounds, and Tennessee's been getting a lot of good ones.
And Bridget Gordon had 9 points and 8 rebounds in the first half. Sheila Frost had 7 points. You take a look at what Bridget did at both ends of the court, scored and also with the 3 steals. So she was quite effective. Meanwhile, Penny Toller, 6 points, no rebounds, and 1 assist, and really sat out that last 4 minutes of the first half.
Penny Toller is really struggling, and this is exactly what happened in the Ohio State game Thursday night. She struggled the first half, but then came on stronger in the second half.
Cheryl Dow has been the big story for Long Beach with 10 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. So Long Beach, the highest scoring team in the nation, down by 4 against the top-ranked Lady Vols of Tennessee.
There's only one leader in light trucks today. That's Ford. Ford leads in the important advantages that Chevy can't talk about. In standard 6-cylinder engines, Ford beats Chevy in torque power, and nobody beats Ford's V8s in low pulling horsepower. Powerful reasons like this make Ford the leader with the most repeat buyers of any light truck line.
Get a $500 cash bonus on selected 89 Ford F-Series trucks.
At BIC, we've been studying all the ways that you pull and stretch your face in search of a better shave. Now BIC presents our solution, introducing the new BIC Metal Shaver. The patented BIC Metal stretches and smooths your skin thanks to its unique metal guard bar, so the shaver glides closely and comfortably. Now, instead of stretching, start reaching for a new BIC Metal Shaver. It stretches your skin for a better shave, and that's no stretch.
Okay, Joe, time to take 5.
Time for some Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Professor, does this always happen?
What?
He's thinking Wrigley Spearmint is pure chewing satisfaction. It's cool and refreshing.
Ooh.
The chewing enjoyment goes on and on.
It can only mean one thing.
What?
A Wrigley Spearmint is pure chewing satisfaction.
They read my mind. Wrigley Spearmint is pure chewing satisfaction.
You've heard a lot and read a lot by now about the physical dangers of drug and alcohol abuse. I'm sure you've also heard and read lots of stories about the emotional damage that drugs and alcohol can cause. I don't think you can hear those stories too many times. Don't ever forget, you can lose your dreams, You can lose your talent. You can lose your life. The price of a hide is too high.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
ESPN's NCAA Basketball, the Women's East Regional Championship game, is brought to you by the good time, great taste of McDonald's, and by Almaden Wines. Every glass is sheer pleasure, pure enjoyment.
Roger Twyville, Mimi Griffin back with you in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the top-ranked Lady Vols with a 4-point lead over Long Beach State. And in that first half, as you can see, Cheryl Dow having some tape applied to that shooting hand. Dow with 10 points and Gordon with 11 points to lead the way for the Lady Volunteers. And a couple of stories as far as the Long Beach goes. They've got 3 people with 3 fouls. That would be Angie Lee, Shamil Coleman, and Penny Toller, all with 3. And you can see Lee didn't even score in the first half. Coleman with 4, Toller with 6, and then McGee and Frost with 2 apiece for Tennessee. The 49ers have won 23 games in a row since losing to Texas in December and have averaged over 91 points per game since that time. A little bit below their average here in the first half, Mimi.
And that certainly is a good sign for Tennessee.
And you'll notice that Penny Toller's on the bench to start the second half for Long Beach State as she's been replaced by Penny Moore.
I think Joan Bombacini recognized that at the end of the first half, things were working well with the combination she had in there.
And that includes number 11 right there, Dana Wilkerson. So the pass inside deflected, so Waits makes the bad pass, and Tennessee will come up with it just underway. Second half of the NCAA East Regional Final. The outside shot won't go, but Frost is there to tip it in.
And that's what Sheila Frost does so well. She oftentimes gets more offensive boards than defensive boards, which is highly unusual.
And the call on the side, not pleasing to Pat Summitt.
Watch the nice positioning as well as the putback by Sheila Frost. She really reads the ball well as it comes off the board and goes immediately up with it so that no one has a chance to block.
Wilkerson in the lane. I'll tell you, she has been a factor since coming in. Dana Wilkerson from Anderson, Indiana.
She's a very smart player. She's an electrical engineer, Roger, and has a 3.75 Q, so obviously a very smart person.
Cousin of Bobby Wilkerson, who played at Indiana, now an assistant at Colorado. Turnaround shot won't go, and Lisa Reslock, who started to play super at the end of the first half, gets it to Moore. So Long Beach, as Moore hits it off the glass. Boy, Joan Bonvicini has gone with the players who got her there at the end of the first half.
And that is really a gutsy move on her part to sit Penny down the beginning of this second half. I guarantee you when Penny comes back in, she's going to be thinking she's got to do a good job and a smart job.
So it's Penny Moore, it's Cheryl Dow, it's Dana Wilkerson, it's Lisa Reslock, and Tracy Waits in there for Long Beach. Frost misses it, but for the stick back, and right there for Tennessee is Carla McGee. Quickly now, here comes Penny Moore. She'll pull up and take the shot, and she hits it.
And that's what Long Beach does to you. They'll get the ball down quickly, and it's not necessarily looking for a layup. They'll take that outside shot.
43-41.
And this is the second time that Penny Moore has come down. Look at the smooth jump shot. That's the first time she came down. Then the most recent time she came down again and hit from the outside.
And there's Penny Toller, leading scorer in the 88 NCAA tournament. And she's got a chance to surpass either Bridget Gordon or Penny, whoever advances, Cheryl Miller's tournament scoring record this year. Whoever can play a couple more games. Inside, good entry pass to Frost, and she hits it. Nice pass by Melissa McCrae. And Frost has 7. And Long Beach loses it at the other end. So with just 2 minutes gone in this second half, 45-41, a 4-point lead for the Lady Vols. This has been a very, very up-tempo start to the second half as McGee takes it and hits it from outside. Excuse me, McCrae. And McCrae has 5, and quickly here comes Penny Moore to the other end. Will pull up with it, misses the shot. And Lisa Reslock, if you're going to commit a foul, you might as well commit one like that. But that's the 3rd on her.
This has been a very up-tempo second half, and you would think that that would favor Long Beach. The problem with the Long Beach transition is that their rebounders aren't getting in position quickly enough when they take that quick shot to be able to get the second and third shot.
47-41, the All-American team this year, Penny Toller and Bridget Gordon, Clarissa Davis, the player of the year, and Vicki Bullitt and Vicki Orr of Auburn.
All those teams and those players you mentioned, Roger, are still alive.
The steal, Moore gets it ahead to Waits, who puts it up and in. They finally convert a layup in the open court. And Tracy Waits now with 7 points, well below her season average of 16, but we've got 17 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this East Regional Final. Debbie Scott has checked back in for the Lady Vols. The shot out front, and it's going to be Tennessee basketball.
And here's the defense for Long Beach, creating a turnover as Penny Moore gets that ball from Bridget Gordon, and the lead pass down to Tracy Waits. The transition game is working, and Penny Toller is on the bench.
Angie Lee is checked in right now. Lisa Reslock will sit down. Long Beach shooting 80% to start this second half. And the steal out front, and Long Beach has it 4-on-2. If Wilkerson can get to the middle, boy, she forces up a bad shot. But look who's there, Penny Moore for the follow. And Moore has 8, and Wilkerson is down on the floor. It looked like she might have gotten poked in the right eye. But Moore, averaging just over 6 points a game on the season, has 8 today off the bench, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Penny Moore off of this rebound by Wilkerson. Penny is such an explosive player, but she's very unpredictable at this point. She was a Proposition 48 candidate last year, and she took a long time to get started this season, but now she's really coming on for Long Beach.
Well, Penny Toller has checked back into the game and averaging 24.7 points per game in her last 18 outings. And she's scored in double figures 28 straight times this year. Pass inside. It's going to be off Dow, and it will be Tennessee basketball. So we have Waits and Toller back in, 47-45, as checking in for Tennessee right now will be Dina Head. It'll be interesting to see how Waits and Toller now combine, if they can get it together. A player lost in the shuffle there, and the easy hoop for Deidre Charles.
Tennessee sticking with their man-to-man defense.
Long Beach State has lost 6 straight games to Southeastern Conference schools. Angie Lee with 3 fouls puts it on the floor, and count it. Angie Lee with her first 2.
Interesting. You would expect Angie Lee to be at least a little bit excited about taking that penetration dribble and shooting that ball in the basket, and yet after the basket, it was counted good and she draws the foul. She really showed no emotion at all. Here's the shot, and really a nice move for her, especially after the frustrating first half that she had.
A 70% free throw shooter, and that's what Long Beach, actually 71% on the year, so a good free throw shooting team. And Angelique completes the three-point play, and it's 49-48.
Tracy Waits picks up her 4th foul. I'm sorry,
I've got her for 3.
I'm sorry,
we'll
it
check
was Penny Toller that had 3. You're right, Roger. Tracy picks up her 3rd. Here you can see the situation. It really is not a good foul for Tracy Waits. She wants to pressure in the open court like that, but to be able to get a steal is highly unusual there.
But it is her 3rd, and Toller has 3. Also, Lee has 3, and Reslock has 3 for Long Beach State. It's a 1-point lead now. As Frost with the line drive shot. Lee loses it, still on the floor. And it's going to be Tennessee basketball. Good job there by Bridget Gordon battling to keep that ball alive.
There is so much pushing going on. Sheila Frost was pushed right out of position. Once she got the ball, she had no chance of making that shot because Angie Lee.
And count it.
Was all over. A nice shot by Sheila Frost.
I'll tell you, that's the 2nd time in a row, Mimi, that Long Beach has been totally unaware of what's going on the inbound situation underneath the Tennessee goal.
And again, I think it's lack of concentration. The emotion that Sheila Frost just showed on that shot is what I would have expected from Angie Lee down at the other end, but she didn't show it. Look at the nice inbound. These teams, Roger, when you get to this level, they know every inbounds pass. They know all the offensive sets. They know what Tennessee is looking for them not to be able to defend that.
fourth foul now on Angie Lee, and Sheila Frost will go to the line with 9 points, and she'll come away with 10, averaging over 13 a game. And Hanneman is checked in for Long Beach as Toller dishes it off to Moore on the side, and now they've found their hot hand, Penny Moore, off the bench now for 10 points. And really, the bench has been a factor for both teams here today.
A nice sign for Penny Toller, as well as in the first half, she would have taken that shot. This time down, she dished off to Penny Moore.
52-50, and Long Beach has not led since the first bucket of the game, and that's going to be the foul on number 23, Janet Hanneberg. That's her second.
Now look at Penny Toller taking over. She's under control as opposed to what she did in the first half. She knows Penny Moore's hitting the basket, so she gives her the ball.
So Hanneberg with 2, and see the bench scoring Long Beach with 20 and Tennessee 13. So they picked up Toller and Waits, who didn't get off to particularly good starts, and Sheila Frost with the free throw. And Auburn, Mississippi will come up at 6 Eastern time. That's at Auburn. Then at Ruston, Louisiana Tech and Stanford, and then in Austin, Maryland and Texas. And you got to give the home court advantage there. That's really tough going into somebody else's. This is really the only regional that the teams are playing on a neutral site.
And all those teams, all those home courts have tremendous home court fans as well, which is definitely an advantage.
Joan Bonvicini, Glenn McDonald, the gentleman to her right there, who was the #1 pick of the Boston Celtics, great player for the Long Beach State teams of Jerry Tarkanian back in the mid-70s. 3-point lead. Toller outside and hits it. So Penny Toller now with 8 points. And it's a 1-point ball game with 15 minutes left to go. Nice fake, and the shot, and in by Melissa McCray. She's got 7. But here comes Long Beach. Toller misses. The rebound by Deidre Charles. Boy, Penny's had her chances, taking it to the hoop.
She's really getting sloppy on some of her opportunities. That's the kind of shot, Roger, she hasn't missed that all season.
Inside Gordon, nice move. Steal on the inbounds. Gordon gets it back.
And that's an all-American move right there. She had Penny Moore all over her on that shot, and then she was quick enough to be able to get the steal on the inbounds.
This is Pat Summitt's best defensive team ever, averaging 13.3 steals a game and holding their opponents to just 58 points a game.
And it's important to note that they're not playing patsies either, Roger. They've played 20 top 20 teams this season.
And what, just lost 2 of those games, right?
That's right. 18-2 against top 20 opponents.
Foul's going to be on Penny Moore. That is her first. And after getting it down to 1 now, Tennessee has kind of turned it up a notch. And Gordon will go to the line.
Watch the cut here by Bridget Gordon. It's a nice weak side cut. And look at Penny Moore all over, and she has the presence of mind to go to the inside where Penny Moore was not, to be able to make that shot. And then after, in the next series, stole the inbounds pass. You certainly would expect your All-Americans to turn the tide for you when it's needed.
Gordon's got 14 points today. And make it 15. And we've got a timeout with 13:56 left to go. Tennessee leads Long Beach State by 7.
Imagine a game with over 70 million prizes. Enough for 1 out of 3 people to win. Introducing Scrabble at McDonald's. Just collect the right game pieces and spell the winning words, or win instantly a delicious Big Mac, a refreshing Sprite, or $1 million. And that could change your whole life. Play Scrabble at McDonald's. In a word, you can win.
Almaden wine. Every glass is sheer pleasure, pure enjoyment. And that's all a great wine was ever meant to be. Almaden, for the sheer pleasure of it.
the ladies are shooting for the stars on the road to the national championship. See who survives at the NCAA Women's Final Four. Friday night at 9 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Tennessee with a 7-point lead against Long Beach, and their head coach, Pat Summit, and what a wonderful career, 15 years with the Lady Vols.
And that record certainly speaks for itself, both collegiately and internationally. And it's important to note that Pat is not just a great coach, but also was a great player herself on the '76 Olympic team, won a silver medal, and also was a great player at UT Martin.
You know, it's a good sign here. Long Beach is shooting 73% in the second half, yet they trail by 7. They only trailed by 4 at halftime.
I think the shot selection has been much better for Long Beach in the second half.
Once again, Tennessee has been to the line 5 times already in the second half, and Long Beach just once. But you're going to get that when you pound it inside as Dow travels. Yeah, that's why statistics are sometimes misleading, because the way Tennessee plays, you expect them to go to the line a lot.
Absolutely. They are so strong in all aspects of the game, and so fundamentally sound as well.
Joan Bonvicini looking to go, and the charge, and what a nice defensive play by Penny Toller.
I'll tell you, in the open court, Roger, that is a gutsy move, because Penny Toller was flirting with her 4th foul there, and to be able to set herself up to get that offensive from Dina Head, as she does right here, is really a gutsy move on her part.
Well, you're supposed to make those plays when you're a senior.
And an All-American.
When you're guarding a freshman. Shamil Coleman kicks it to Waits in the corner, and that's a 3. Tracy Waits has her second 3-pointer, and it's 59-55. You talked about the tough schedule. Tennessee played 20 games against ranked teams. And Long Beach, just 9 ranked teams in their 34 games. And, you know, the competition definitely makes you a better squad at the end of the year as the ball is thrown away inside. And Long Beach has got the numbers now. 3-on-1 Toller. And count it.
And again, it's the senior versus the freshman with Dina Head trying to guard Penny Toller on that layup.
And that's the 3rd foul on Dina Head. And Penny Toller now with 10 points and a chance for 11, and to get it back to 1 again.
Here you can see the defense for Long Beach, and they're able to get the ball away from Tennessee and set up their fast break. Look at Penny Toller leading the break here. Dina Head really does not have good position. She's not square on Penny there at all, even to try to take the offensive foul.
Toller, an 83% free throw shooter, completes the 3-point play. And it's 59-58, a 1-point Tennessee lead with 13 minutes left to go. Tried to get it inside to Sheila Frost. As Long Beach has run off 6 unanswered points. Frost kicks it back outside. Remember, Tennessee will not take that 3-point shot because they get shots like that from Bridget Gordon. Gordon with 17 points, averaging nearly 20 a game.
It'll be interesting to watch down the stretch here. Who does take this game over? The All-American Penny Toller or the All-American Bridget Gordon for Tennessee?
Scott, the freshman, guarding Toller. Dow gets it on the baseline, misses the shot, but Toller gets the miss back. And Waits will take it from 3-point land. And good job by Bridget Gordon of screening out that time against Tracy Waits. And Tennessee has a 3-on-2. Gordon in the lane. Won't go, but she gets her own miss back. That's why she's an All-American. Baseline move, and what a pretty move by the freshman Debbie Scott. Toller at the other end. Long Beach trails by 5. Toller the scoop, misses, Coleman, and in. Shamil Coleman with 6. Does this pace favor Long Beach in the long run?
It definitely favors Long Beach. I was just going to mention that Tennessee is not doing as good a job in the second half as they did in the first of getting back on defense.
The wear-down factor that Joan Bonvicini talked about.
That's right, and it's more mental, Roger, than it is physical, really. To be able to have to concentrate on that the entire game is very tiring mentally.
Frost with the offensive board off the miss by Gordon. And the foul inside. Trying to see who they call it on Penny Toller. They did, and that's going to be her 4th.
One of the things that Tennessee does very well is rebound, as we've mentioned, and Sheila Frost is one of the leading is the leading rebounder. And offensive boards is what she specializes in.
So Toller, who really kind of got it under control and together here, after Dana Wilkerson got her eye poked and came out, picks up her 4th foul, and Frost hits the free throw.
Look at this rebound by Sheila Frost. That you can see the foul there as Penny Toller tries to go after the ball. They have been letting them play earlier. I'm surprised they called that one.
Well, when the pace is quick, they have to let them play a little bit. I mean, it's almost too fast for them to call anything. It's Frost, who's done an excellent job at the free throw line. She's hit 5 out of 6. And it's 65-60. So whenever Long Beach pulls to within 1, Tennessee seemingly has the answer. Good pass from Hanneberg inside to Dow. Nice pass by the freshman.
Very nice pass inside. Good heads-up play. She knew exactly where the ball was going before she got it.
And Dow's got 12 points for Long Beach. Frost guarded by Janet Hanneberg, the freshman. Gordon on the baseline. And tipped around. Wilkerson comes down with it. 65-62. Nearing the halfway point of the second half of the NCAA East Regional from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dow's got inside position, but a great play by Frost.
Tremendous defensive play. They tried to lob it right over, but Sheila Frost moved with the ball and was able to get that steal. This is really smart by Melissa McCray to walk the ball up the floor. Tennessee needs to slow the pace down just a little bit.
Loose ball on the side. Inside to Frost, and gets the rolling in. Sheila Frost starting to assert herself now. She's got 15 points. And it's 67-62, 5-point lead once again. Waits is guarded by the freshman Debbie Scott.
And the key there is that Debbie Scott is 6 foot. Tracy Waite's only 5'8", so she can't shoot over if she's guarding her closely in the perimeter.
Wilkerson, the 3 won't go, and Moore will take it back outside, and Waits will set it up again on a new shot clock. A miss, and Scott comes up with it. Frost has got 12 second half points.
And look at Tennessee walk the ball off the floor once again. Look at all the room that Sheila Frost has up there.
Battles going on inside, and breaking loose is Deidre Charles. And it's a 7-point lead now, and Long Beach has not been able to push the ball up the floor their last several possessions.
Well, Tennessee is really smart. They're walking the ball up on offense, and now they're getting back quickly on defense once again.
The turnover for Long Beach, and a 7-point lead for Tennessee. Melissa McCray just doing some dribbling, and the foul's going to be on Dana Wilkerson. That is her first. Joan Bonvicini, who's, I guess if you had to say one thing about her team, inconsistent rebounding throughout the year, and she's talking about the clock, a problem. And while she has that discussion with the officials, we'll take a pause here with 8:23 to go. And Tennessee leading by 7.
Silver Eagle Records presents a special tribute to the great Roy Orbison.
Only the lonely. I'm going back someday. Gonna stay on Blue Bayou. Pretty woman.
Roy Orbison Orbison's music touched the hearts of millions. And now all of his greatest hits can be yours on this special tribute collection. Available on 2 LPs, double-length cassette, compact disc, or stereo video cassette. To order, call now. A special tribute to a man whose music will always be remembered. On 2 LPs or double-length cassette, $14.95. Compact disc or stereo video cassette, $16.95. Write or call now.
We talked about either Penny Toller or Bridget Gordon taking over the game. Well, maybe it's going to be Sheila Frost. Here's a great defensive play inside by Sheila, getting the steal after she intercepted the lob. And down on the other end, she's able to get offensive position as Deidre Charles drives the baseline. Look at the nice pass inside. And the key here is that Sheila does not hesitate at all. Once she has her hands on the ball, she goes right to the bucket.
And Tennessee shooting 57% in the second half. Long Beach now down to 60%. As a matter of fact, Long Beach had hit 8 of their first 11 shots in the second half, and they've made just 3 of their last 9. And Sheila Frost with 12 points in the second half. She's got 15. Rebounds just about even. Tennessee with 10 and Long Beach with 8, but the Beach has turned it over 7 times, and Tennessee just 4. As going to the line now for the Lady Vols will be Melissa McCray, senior from Morristown, Tennessee.
The story right now, Roger, is tempo, and Tennessee has completely taken over the tempo in the last few minutes. They're walking the ball up the floor, whereas in the beginning of the second half, they tried to run. They came out and they were running with Long Beach.
70-62. Tennessee on an 11-4 run and make it 12-4 now. As McCray has 9, averaging just 6 on the season. It's a 9-point ball game. 13 has been the biggest lead in the game for the Lady Vols. And Moore loses it. As the freshman Hannahberg having a tough time finding someone to pass it to, and Angie Lee will check into the game. Now, Lee has 4 fouls and has been largely ineffective today. See the turnovers there, as Long Beach State has doubled Tennessee's output in the second half.
And Penny Toller is back in the game for Tracy Waits.
I tell you, Debbie Scott does not appear to be a 6'1". I mean, the way she handles the ball, you would think she was about 5'9" or 5'10".
She is really a great player, really very poised for a freshman.
Good look inside, and the bucket, the easy one by Deidre Charles, who off the bench today has scored 10 points, and it's a 11-point lead as Reslock is checked back in also. And stripped away by Tennessee.
Ever since Tennessee started slowing things down, they've been able to get what they want in the half court, and that is their inside game. They've been very successful inside. Well,
they're making Long Beach play their game right now. If you notice, Long Beach is coming, trying to pound it inside.
That's right.
Turnaround shot on the baseline won't go, but the follow and working on the boards but being called for over the top is Carla McGee, and that's her second foul.
And here you can see Carla McGee getting a great pass into Deidre Charles. And credit Deidre with a good weak side cut from across the key.
See, the Lady Vols have outscored the 49ers 14-4 in the last 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Every time Long Beach tries to make a run, Tennessee counters and slows things down for them.
And once again, they try to go inside and not successful. See, you know, Tennessee practices against that sort of style of play every day, going inside.
Now, if you're Long Beach, you're not going to beat Tennessee.
And Gordon with the 2-pointer, and it's 75-62. A 13-point lead equals their biggest lead of the game.
Here you can see Long Beach, Penny Toller trying to force it inside. This is not Long Beach's game. You keep mentioning that, Roger, and it's an excellent point. They are a perimeter team, and they need to shoot from the perimeter to open up. If they want to go inside, they've got to prove themselves from the perimeter first.
19 points for Bridget Gordon. The other thing Tennessee doing right now, they're really overplaying on the defense, and Long Beach is just really telegraphing their passes. They're not making any fakes with the passes and getting the overplay and then coming back to her. They're very predictable at the moment. And Long Beach, Joan Bonvicini wants a timeout to talk it over as Tennessee has equaled their biggest lead of the game at 13 with 6:40 left.
Nature's light. Bathing fields of grain, enriching full, fresh hops, giving life to sparkling streams, nourishing all the natural things that go into making Bud Light. The light beer that's Beechwood aged for a clean, fresh taste that makes Bud Light the one light that outshines them all.
Thinning hair. It's a problem most of us will face. But now Revlon has the solution. New Nutrisome supplement. Nutrisome is scientifically proven to make your hair thicker and healthier looking.
In a place like this, what you bring with you is critical.
When 1,000 doctors were asked which one of these medicines they'd want along, the clear choice was Bayer.
I chose Bayer. Shouldn't you?
Bayer, the wonder drug that works wonders.
It's time to play ball. Unbelievable play! Sunday nights, ESPN puts you in a box seat for live college baseball featuring the nation's top teams and heaviest hitters. An SEC rivalry heats up when the nation's premier offense, Mississippi State, slugs it out with the Auburn Tigers. Sunday night college baseball at 8 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Roger Twyble, Mimi Griffin back with you at Bowling Green, Kentucky, on the campus of Western Kentucky University, the NCAA East Regional Final. The winner here advances to Tacoma. And both of these teams with streaks going. Tennessee looking for their 4th year in a row in the Final Four. Long Beach looking for their 3rd straight year. What do you think Joan Bonvicini told her team down by 13 now?
Basically, what Long Beach has to do is take advantage of the opportunities the defense gives them. They're giving them the perimeter shots, and normally Long Beach should take those.
All right, another bad pass. They're trying to force it inside, and it's just not there. Tennessee on a 16-4 run and a 13-point lead. And there, Wilkerson did it. Toller did it. And unless the coach is telling them that's what they're supposed to do, they've got a problem. And the shot clock expires, and nothing is going right.
Roger,
for Long Beach.
Even if that is what the coach told them to do, they have a problem. That certainly is not the way you chip away at a 13-point deficit. You've got to score quickly from your strength.
Second half turnovers. 11 for Long Beach State. Tennessee with just 4.
And Long Beach normally forces their opposition into 28 turnovers. They're the ones who are turning the ball over this afternoon.
Dina Head checks in, and the cheers for 50, Debbie Scott, who off the bench today has scored 9 points and really done a good defensive job, too. Tennessee going to be very patient, use the shot clock. It's down to 10.
Long Beach has switched up their defense to a 2-3.
And Bridget Gordon.
Bridget attacked that right in the seam, exactly what you do against a zone defense.
It's the biggest lead of the game right now. 15, Toller outside, won't go. Dow puts it on the deck, might have taken steps, but gets a hoop anyway. And Cheryl Dow's the leading scorer with 14. And it's the first points for Long Beach in over 3 minutes.
Very interesting that they would play a 2-3 zone when they need to put pressure and get the ball, that they'd be in a 2-3 zone.
Well, they've got a lot of people in foul trouble there. That could be the only reason I'd think of to use the zone.
At this point, though, there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So whether you foul out or you lose the game, you're done playing.
77-64, the turnover on Tennessee. And Tracy Waits, who's really struggled today. She's hit a couple of three-point shots. You see her keeping the dribble going there. She needs to do that. They've been trapped several times on the side when she's picked it up. The spin move, and she's trying to find Dow, and she throws it away.
I'll tell you, you have to credit number 35, Melissa McCray, and Bridget Gordon, who are guarding Waits and Toller. They have done a tremendous job this afternoon.
Well, one of the best, if not the best, defensive teams in the country, Tennessee, and they lead it by 13.
I'll be there next week.
Of course, Mr. Heiler. A Lincoln Town Car will be waiting for you.
At Budget, give us 3 days' notice, and we'll give you all the comfort of a luxurious Lincoln Town Car for only $44.79 with unlimited mileage.
Hello, Budget Rent-A-Car.
I'd like to reserve a car, and I'll take that free upgrade.
Certainly, Mr. Hadley.
At Budget, a free upgrade is yours for the asking. And a frequent flyer card will get you unlimited mileage. Value mile after mile from Budget.
Hello, Budget Rent-A-Car.
It's just a pure and natural beer. So icy cold, so crisp, so clear.
Of all the beers that are cold filtered, only one has that distinctively clean, crisp taste. Budweiser, cold filtered and Beechwood aged for over 110 years.
Tennessee with a 13-point lead and just over 5 minutes left to go. The winner to advance to Tacoma. Dynasties, we're not talking a TV show either.
We're talking the best in women's basketball. Immaculata Delta State in the 70s really dominated the sport. Old Dominion in the late 70s, early 80s, and then, of course, Louisiana Tech, USC in the 80s. Maybe Tennessee is on their way to dominating in the late 80s, early 90s. They certainly have a strong team this year and a lot of talent coming back, Roger.
Well, Louisiana Tech, the defending champion, and they're in position to defend that championship. They'll be playing later tonight in Ruston, Louisiana.
I'll tell you what, though, you have teams like Maryland, Stanford, and a lot of others that are out there questioning whether or not those teams are going to make it to the Final Four.
See, Lee and Toller both with 4 fouls, and they're both in the game right now, 77-64. And they're still... they're out of that zone now, back to boy on the side. Not a real good shot taken over there by Melissa McCray. The loose ball scramble, and the possession will go to Tennessee.
Even when Tennessee is doing things you don't expect them to do, like that shot by Melissa McCray, they covered for themselves by going hard after the rebound and recovering.
Amy, you got to give me some help here now. I don't do a lot of women's games, but I've done it. But I forget. Is it what's the proper term? Is it on defense? Is it man to man, or do you say woman to woman? I mean, that
man to man's easier.
Okay.
Player to player.
Player to player. There you go. Gordon, nice pass inside, but stripped away by Tracy Waits. And with 4:20 to go, Long Beach has got to get it going right now. Waits off the glass. And they've had their opportunities, taken it to the basket. They've not been able to convert on at least a half dozen times. And with a 13-point lead, Tennessee's modus operandi, I was going to say, was to just work the clock.
Now, that is a freshman mistake. One of the rare ones that Dina Head has made this evening. There's no reason for her to take that baseline drive.
And that's 4 fouls on Dina. And if Tennessee would win this, they would meet in the semifinals next Friday in Tacoma, the winner of the Maryland-Texas game. Louisiana Tech will take on a very good Stanford team. And then Auburn, they're going to be real tough down there. But Mississippi's got a good team this year. They could be the surprise of the tournament.
Mississippi has a great team, and Van Chancellor, with a few days to prepare, can beat anybody in the country.
Shamil Coleman with the basket, 77-66, an 11-point lead with 3:45 to go. Now they try to double team McCray out top that time. Stripped loose. Waits gets it from Scott. The left hand and in. Tracy Waits. 77-68 with 3:23 to go. And Tennessee with some problems right now. Full court pressure by Long Beach. So they give it to their All-America, Bridget Gordon, to bring down. Seven on the shot clock. Inside to Gordon. And they're going to call a foul on Toller. And if that's on Penny Toller, that'll be her 5th. And it is.
Looks like Penny Toller's trying to hide behind Cheryl Dow so the ref can't see her number. That is an unfortunate way for Penny Toller to end her career. She has been, in my opinion, one of the most exciting players that women's basketball has ever seen. Certainly has done a tremendous amount for the game with her style of play.
Lisa Reslock will check in. So Penny averaging over 21 points per game. And, you know, she had a difficult time in the semis out in Tacoma last year, game that we had here on ESPN. Sometimes players with great talent, they just try to do a little bit more than they have to do, really, and it takes themselves out of their own game. Instead of letting the game come to them, they try to take control of the action. Well, Gordon has done a great job at the free throw line today. She's 6 out of 8. She's got 22 points. It's really interesting with Bridget Gordon coming off a gold medal performance this summer with the Olympic team to be able to get motivated enough to get back into the collegiate season. Certainly there has to be a letdown there, but she has really had a tremendous senior season. 79-68. And with 2:48, Long Beach got to start thinking about the three-point shot, down by 11. Wasting a lot of time on offense. And the foul's going to be on Scott. First foul on Debbie Scott. 2:41 left to go, 79-68. And that's just the 6th team foul now on Tennessee. Coleman, nice pass from Waits on the inbounds play. 9-point ball game. Craig gets it across the timeline. Moore guarding her. And finally the foul called on Penny Moore, her second. Deja Charles getting some instructions from Pat Summitt. Melissa McCray, who was handling the ball. Again, because of Tanya Edwards' injury, a lot of these Tennessee players have had to play out of position, and Melissa McCray has taken over a lot of the point guard responsibilities and has done a good job as well. She really is an integral part of this team and is very, very important to their success. Might not show up in the statistics, but in her play, certainly it shows. And McCray now 4 out of 4 from the line as Dina Head will check back in. And even though on the season, Tennessee just 65% from the line, they have shot it very well today. As McCray now 5 out of 5. Waits from way outside, loses it. And with 2:13 left to go, Tennessee leads by 11. You really saw the wind come out of Long Beach's sails when Penny Toller fouled out of the game. You really felt a letdown. Foul on Lisa Reslock. That is her 4th. We told you at the top, they might have some of the wind out of their sails, but they're certainly not quitting. Look at the hustle here as they go after that basketball. Told you at the top, the first meeting between these two teams, the real disparity in free throws. But check this. Long Beach is 4 out of 5 from the line. Tennessee 25 of 33 for 76%. So that's 21 more points at the free throw line. And they lead by 11. As I said, they don't look like a 65% free throw team today, do they? Not in tournament time, I'm telling you. Pat Summitt, I don't know what she feeds them after they get into postseason play, but it sure works. Deja Charles with 11. Misses that one, tipped around, and Gordon comes up with it. 2:05 left. And a 12-point Tennessee lead. Gordon gets the fake, and Reslock commits the foul. And that'll be 5 on Lisa Reslock. Tennessee feels it right now. I don't think they would allow themselves to feel like they're going to win before this point, but right now these players are very, very relaxed. They feel like they're going to win this game. Look at Bridget Gordon. Look at the relief on her face and the dismay on Lisa Reslock's face.
She really feels it. They think they're going to Tacoma right now with 1:59 left in this game.
So Reslock, who came off the bench in the first half, 4 points, but she pulled down 6 rebounds and did a good job defensively. We'll have to sit down, and Bridget Gordon will go to the line now. 23 points, and she's been named the most outstanding player in this East Regional Tournament.
She also surpassed Ernie Grunfeld this season as the all-time leading scorer for men or women at the University of Tennessee.
That's a pretty good number, huh?
Great number.
Also, she's currently 3rd on the NCAA Tournament, all-time tournament scoring. And Cheryl Miller is the all-time leader there. And has a chance now to break that season mark as Penny Moore hits the three-pointer. Joan Bonvicini wanted the timeout, didn't get it, and the foul on Tracy Waits from behind, which will be 4 on her. So Penny Moore has been a factor late in the first half, early second half, but Long Beach really got away from the outside shot there, Mimi. They got frustrated. They got caught up into Tennessee's game, and that's when the big turnaround came.
And it was right at about the 10-12 minute mark, Roger, when Tennessee started walking the ball up the floor instead of trying to run with Long Beach. They really took control of the tempo.
Miss. Waits. They've got a 3-on-2. Moore on the side. Lines it up from three-point land. Misses it. But the long rebound, and Waits will send it over to Moore on the other side. She takes it again. Won't go. And an 11-point lead for Tennessee with less than a minute and a half. We just keep fouling and sending the line and hope they miss the front end of it.
That's the only strategy they have left right now.
Joan Bonvicini, who looks like she's going to miss out on Tacoma, and Bridget Gordon. We're talking about all-time tournament scoring. After today's game, she'll be about 30 points behind Cheryl Miller. So with a chance for a big game or maybe 2 games out in Tacoma, could very well become the all-time tournament scoring leader.
30 points is not an unusual mark for Bridget.
And she has been terrific from the foul line today. 67% on the season.
This Tennessee team is a very confident team right now, Roger. They took a long time in the season to become comfortable with themselves and with their system. But now they are playing like a tournament team with a great deal of confidence.
Waits, the three-pointer. Won't go. Loses it. And the arrow will go to Long Beach with 1:07 to go, and they trail by 13. She works the sideline, doesn't she? Both of these coaches. Very active. Wilkerson misses it inside, but they want to be outside. She gets the 2. And the timeout with 57 seconds to go. And we'll take a pause here with Tennessee, the top-ranked team in the nation, leading by 11.
Here's to you, America. We share your sense of pride. Here's to you, America. We're standing side by side. Here's to you, America. Here's to the red, white, and blue. You were there for Chrysler. Now Chrysler's here for you. For going the distance, for doing what's fair, for always being there. Here's to you, America, for always coming through. You were there for Chrysler. Now Chrysler's here for you. Here's to you, America.
Roger Twyville, Mimi Griffin back with you in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Tennessee looking to go to the Final Four for the 4th consecutive year. And they've got an 11-point lead right now. We talked at the top about the keys to this game, and we talked about the inside game, Mimi, of Tennessee.
We also talked about taking care of the ball and transition defense, two things that Tennessee has done very well this afternoon, rather. Long Beach, on the other hand, needed to set the tempo, and although they were able to do that for about 3/4 of the game, Tennessee took over with 10 minutes to go in this game and slowed things down to their advantage.
And coming up later tonight, Auburn against Mississippi, Louisiana Tech against Stanford, Maryland against Texas. What do you like about those games, or the particular teams?
Well, I'll tell you, I think Maryland right now is probably playing like they're the best team in the country, but to have to go to Texas and play them on their home floor is a tough assignment. Stanford, again, is playing very, very well, but Louisiana Tech has to be one of the toughest places to play in the country. And Joe Ciampi, #1 ranked team all season, played very well and then was knocked off in the SEC with the Auburn team facing another SEC opponent, Mississippi.
Tennessee will inbound it with 57 seconds to go. They throw the long pass to Bridget Gordon, and Moore fouls her.
I think Bridget got away with a few extra steps before the shot. There's also some real frustration on the faces of these Long Beach players as Penny Moore threw the ball back at Bridget after she got the ball off the glass.
Penny Moore, who off the bench today with 13 points. And Bridget Gordon, she's made a steady march to that free throw line. She might break Cheryl Miller's tournament record today.
In the last 54 seconds.
87-75. And she makes them go. It was 59-58 with 12:58 remaining, and then Tennessee won an 18-4 run, blocked by Frost, and they called the foul. I don't know. Sheila's 6'4", Dana Wilkerson's 5'7".
I'll tell you, it
looked like a pretty good block, maybe a little body.
Sheila wanted that one badly, very badly.
Wilkerson, a 62% free throw shooter.
I mentioned earlier that Dana is an electrical engineering major with a 3.75 cum, with all the emphasis these days put on academics. That is a great tribute to her.
88-77. And once again, the MO here is to foul him, but you don't want to foul Bridget, but I mean, that's who they're going to get the ball to, and she's making the free throws right now, so this will be a steady procession back and forth and back and forth.
Pat Summitt looks like she still isn't sure this game is hers.
And the 5th foul on Penny Moore. So she had a nice game off the bench today for Long Beach, who came in with...
And Penny is only a sophomore. You'll be seeing a lot more of her in future years. She was one of the top 5 players, high school players in the country when she graduated. One of the most highly recruited and sought-after players.
Long Beach 30-4 on the year. Tennessee 32-2. So Long Beach lost those 4 games to top 25 ranked teams. Those were the 4 losses outside of the Big West Conference where they play. And Bridget Gordon just keeps hitting those free throws. And Tennessee with the full court pressure. They're taking no chances about Long Beach shooting 3-pointers. Wilkerson will dish it back outside the weights.
That full court pressure is Pat Summitt's respect for this Long Beach team.
90-77. 34 seconds to go. The foul on Cheryl Dow, and they'll shoot a 1-and-1 down at the other end. So Tennessee is on their way to Tacoma. And those semifinal games will be here on ESPN next Friday night. Deidre Charles. Pat was just over talking to Larry Shepard, the referee, saying, you watch the elbows that Long Beach is throwing in there.
One of the things that makes Pat so great is she takes nothing for granted.
Telling her players to get in there and block out. And Deidre Charles hits them both. 92-77. 15-point lead matches the biggest lead, and a foul again.
You were talking about talking to the ref. I'd say this is a little more than talking. Pat does a nice job of working the officials as well as her own team during the game.
And Tracy Waits fouls out and takes a seat at the end of the Long Beach bench. And so her college career, which began at the University of Georgia and played in Final Fours with Georgia and with Long Beach, has come to an end. Tennessee is 36 of 46 at the free throw line. That's 78%. Long Beach got to the line 7 times today. And Cheryl Dow will come out. Tanya Swaffer, a sophomore from Independence, Missouri, will check in for Long Beach State. And Bridget just, I mean, she's a free throw machine.
Yeah, she just, after that free throw, turned to the Long Beach bench and pointed at them. That's why the Tennessee fans reacted the way they did.
And Bridget hits them both, and Debbie Scott will check in. Bridget Gordon will check out.
Pat Summitt wanted to make sure she gave Bridget Gordon a chance to let the fans know how they feel about her.
With 33 points. 94-77, 25 seconds left to go. Dana Wilkerson, three-pointer from way outside. There are those close three-pointers, and then those three-pointers from way outside. As down at the other end, Dina Head takes a shot. 7 seconds to go. Wilkerson, the miss, and that'll do it. To 80 is the final. Bridget Gordon, the tournament's MVP, with 33 points today. So for Mimi Griffin, I'm Roger Twibell from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Tennessee, the winner of the East Regional. They'll go to Tacoma, and we'll go to Chris.